Ronaldo's performance tonight was a disgrace to football. Liam doesn't want me to say this because he'll get myself into trouble. It was a disgrace.
In what sense was it a disgrace? It was a disgrace
of petulance, temperament, throwing himself on the ground at least half a dozen times looking for fouls that he didn't get, claiming 2 penalties which he didn't get, but waving his arms at other players on his own team. It was a disgrace to professional football.
We've seen it before, though,
now,
haven't
hold
we?
on. You asked before, was this about 2 great young players, Messi and Ronaldo? Well, if it was, Messi proved himself after only 45 minutes football in the last 6 weeks to be at least a real pro and a real player. This fella Ronaldo is a cod. I don't care if he scores.
You can't say that, getting all the scores.
This was a big match. If he scores 1,000 goals in the Premier League season, to go out and behave himself in a big match, in a semi-final, the way he behaved himself tonight, right up to the final seconds of the match, he was diving, pretending he was pushed, throwing his hands up in the air. We've cut away shots of him there. He's a disgrace. He's a disgrace to the game.
That's putting it too strongly altogether.
Hold on a minute. That's what I believe. Am I here to express my beliefs?
Yes, you are. But it's a very strong viewpoint, isn't it?
Well, I don't think John's a million miles away from me.
No, I would have to say, Bill, I found his performance against Arsenal last week in the Arsenal match was disgraceful. He wasn't far off that tonight. And I'm like Eamon. I'd love to be praising Ronaldo, but I'm not going to praise him. I'm going to stick to what I believe in, what great players should be doing. And I don't mind him missing the penalty tonight, because anybody can miss a penalty. That's part of the game. I wouldn't even criticise him for that. But the reaction in certain situations that I've seen with Ronaldo, again, waving his arms, and his own players as well. I've seen him do that before, and that's a no. Yeah, but is that to actually accentuate some negatives, but only a very small part of a brilliant player overall? No, it's the funny thing. No, well, you've hit it right on the head there, Bill. Where he's been brilliant this year has been goal scoring. His goal scoring has been brilliant. His general game, in most of the games that I've seen him play, hasn't been up to standard at all. That's the contradiction in Ronaldo, as I see him. Goal scoring, fantastic, took his goals well. But I've seen him in games where, you know, he scored a goal. Penalty kick against Arsenal would be a perfect example as well. Very good, had a nerve to take it, had to take it twice, right? But if you look, and then he's getting the headlines the next day, which is okay, that's the headlines, nothing to do with me. But it's been hyped up all the time. But if you watch his performance in the Arsenal match, it was awful. He was letting players run. It was a free kick from... But he's allowed to do that by the manager, isn't he? I don't care who he's allowed to do it by. If we're judging... But isn't that just a different attitude that Ferguson has to him that you would have as an old pro? I don't care about Ferguson's attitude, Bill. I'm looking at Ronaldo as a great player and judging him by great players in the past. And I've always said about Ronaldo, I've seen Ronaldo do some things that the great players could do, but he does an awful lot of things that great players would never do. All right, okay. So I don't care about Ferguson's approach. Ferguson thinks he's God. One other thing I'd like to add to that before Liam comes in. We did see a great player tonight, Paul Scholes. Yeah. A really great player. Sorry, Liam. Yeah.
About what,
your judgment on Ronaldo,
He's flawed, isn't he? He's flawed. But he makes up for all those flaws with the goals he scored. But once again, in the big game, he hasn't produced. He didn't produce tonight. I don't often disagree with you, but I don't think he does make up. There's no reason why he can't score the goals and do the things that he should be doing. I don't think there's any making up. I did say he's flawed, John. I did say he's flawed. I did say it.
But why does he evoke such passion among the three of you, especially the two of you? Is it because you think that he's such a terrific talent and he's not...
Well, he doesn't behave like a good pro should behave. He doesn't behave like a good pro should behave.
That's right, because in all forms of sport in this country and around the world, someone like Tiger Woods, someone like Johnny Murtagh, someone like Ruby Walsh, someone like Padraig Harrington, they set the standards in their behaviour, in the way they deal with adversity, in the way they deal with success and triumph. And we want to see that in our own sport. John loves the game deeply. I love the game, and Liam does. And to see this fella, why do we need to say it? Everybody should be saying it who loves the game, but they're blinded by the hype of the...
They're blinded by the rest of his talent.
No, I see. Well, you see, you have to... You can score 38 goals as he has this year, 39 goals.
But you can't dismiss that, Eamon.
Nobody is dismissing it. I've revised my opinion of him publicly, constantly, to try to get myself to a position where I can say, agree with, form part of the consensus. But it's throwing yourself on the ground, cheating, effectively, in a big match like this. cheating your own teammates, cheating the referee, all of this stuff. His reputation goes before him. The referee didn't buy into it tonight. And he should have had a penalty when he didn't get one. But the point is this. If he's going to be the greatest player in our sport in the world, then I want him to be someone I can admire, and like I admire the people I refer to. And I know that John feels the same, and I know that Liam feels the same. You sit and watch the BBC and Sky and see these people describing him, describing him as a genius. Fantastic. The greatest player in the world. It's an insult to Rooney, to Paul Scholes tonight, who was magnificent. And I don't care. You can throw me off this panel, but I'm going to speak my mind.
Yeah, you did right. No, in relation to the great players that we talked about tonight, the contrast between Messi and Ronaldo, that this was to be the definitive match, as it were, in terms of showboating their talent. In fact, Messi was outstanding, wasn't he, for the 45 minutes? And he didn't dive once.
No, and considering he's been out 6 weeks with a hamstring, Bill, I thought he was very, very good. And I was a little bit surprised that Rijkaard took him off when he did, but maybe he was under doctor's orders that an hour was enough with the hamstring injury, and he'll obviously want him for the second leg, so he didn't want to risk it. But Messi doesn't go down. He doesn't play act. He stays on his feet as long as he possibly can, you know. And
no doubt about number one tonight.
He doesn't showboat. He doesn't showboat. Well, no, I don't want to get into that. No, for me, I'd have Messi all the time, but I'd have Rooney before Ronaldo all the time.
All right. See, I think it's a bit unfair, Bill, to try and judge tonight between two players. Who was the best player?
No, but that's what the papers were saying in advance, you know.
Yeah, I know what the paper said, but we're on this panel.
Your newspaper orders.
I think it's unfair to do it. But all I would say to people who watch the match tonight, who love football and watch the game, let them judge for themselves.
All right.
Who was more impressive tonight, Messi or... And I don't mean just over that spin. And it's not because Messi didn't give the ball away as much as Ronaldo didn't, but it was his whole attitude. You can see when Messi's playing, he's actually playing for the team. He's playing for his teammates. He respects his teammates. And he's doing what's best for the team. That's being a pro. And that was the difference between the two of them.
All right. Okay.
On that short period that we could judge.
All right, we leave it there.